All right, got to get into the Seth Rollins cash in because holy shit, I was not expecting that, right? And I don't mean like, look, I, of course anything can happen in the business these days, and you never know what's real or unreal. As shout out Netflix, but like I honestly thought like Seth was hurt, and it just made so much sense for him to be hurt because like you look at the move, him, you know, hurting his knee the same way, the impact that he had on there, and how like the way they played it off on the the show on Raw that couple weeks. I guess the only thing I will say is they didn't put up the X, right? And I think that's almost like that's the one rule you don't fuck with, right? Because if you start messing, blurring the lines when someone puts up the X and they're really not hurt, then all of a sudden it's almost like no, you got to. That's like the one golden rule, I guess, of like how to communicate with the back to say, hey, no, this person they're hurt. Got to stop it. Got to cut the break, cut the commercial. Because if you start blurring that line, I don't know, it becomes interesting. But I don't know. I mean, what's stopping them from blurring that line though, right? Because they like it's if everyone's in on it except the crowd, then I guess you can pull that off. But I thought this was one of the best Money in the Bank cash-ins we've seen in years. I think like from everything, just the way everyone kind of kept kayfabe, as they say. Seth was always he kept the crutches. He, even Becky was in on it. Like the post she did. He Seth was in the Rich Eisen show, and he would he basically said like, I'm hurt, I'm out, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Just he sold it. He sold it all perfectly. This is exactly what you want from the business today, because that's what makes like these moments so good. I mean, I guess everyone kind of got the sense that maybe Seth will come out and he was faking the injury. I mean, there's always speculation like that, but I just feel like for me it was these moments don't happen often when you get at least, I would say at least 40% of the crowd just like, no, he's hurt, right? Like, I mean, maybe 30%, but like, you just get at least a good portion of the crowd that really doubted, oh, he's not. And he came out on crutches. He came out, had the crutches, and he turns around and like he throws it to the side. Oh, it was cinema, as they say. But and honestly, what sucks, and it's just funny because like CM Punk so much deserved that. Like, meaning he deserved the title win. I was rooting for him to win. I want CM Punk to have a title reign in his final, years here at the company. I want him to have a reign, not just like this thing where he wins a little bit, then he gets the rug pulled out from under him. I want him to have a good reign before he gets, I don't know, like I don't want him to get hurt again, or I don't want him to like, too much time passing. It's a little bit on the older side, and he can't really wrestle like he used to, or like he is now. So I was all in on him getting a real title run here. But then when Seth Rollins comes out, I just think it definitely it furthers the story along, right? And it's like, and you're thinking like, oh shit, like is he actually gonna pull this off? Are they gonna win? And then it happens, and it was so well done. And the match between Punk and Gunther was, I thought, really good. I thought it was like a brutal match. I thought it was like, it wasn't like this clean catch as can't, whatever you call it, catch as can type of thing, as Shawn Michaels would say. But like, it was brutal. Like it was a brutal match, and like as it should have been with Punk and Gunther. But again, just Punk wins, and he finally wins, and he's so happy, and he sold it. He's like getting emotional, and everyone's all happy for him. And then boom, Seth Rollins music hits, and yeah, it was just so perfectly well done. I really, I will say like this storyline between Punk and Seth, so like for me, surprisingly, still has so much like meat on the bone for me. Like there's so much I still want them to get into, where like, because I honestly think what the cool thing with this storyline is, like for me as a fan, and I'm always a WWE guy, like Seth has a point about Punk. Like in my opinion, right? I feel like when Seth talks about, oh, Punk went away and he started talking shit about it's like he did. Punk kept, and at a lot of points during the past 10, 12 years or whatever that Punk has been away, there was a period of time there where he like would go out his way to kind of trash the company, and like guys like Seth and Roman and like Dean Ambrose, all like the Shield, and like when the roster wasn't as good as it is now, right? And they were relying on the Brock Lesnar being the champ and only showing up every other month. Like these guys like the Seth Rollins had to carry the weight, you know, and the Cesaros had to carry the weight. And meanwhile, Punk's in the back, you know, not even in the business, not even in the industry, and he's like trashing the company. So it's like, to me, that there's so much real emotion and feeling there that I love it. Like, I love that I think Seth is at his best and Punk is at his best whenever the storyline that they're in revolves around real, like, blurred lines, emotions and feelings, right? Like when it's clearly one where it's just, you know, it's just a storyline and there's no real stakes to it. I don't think Seth and Punk are at their best. I think they just know, okay, they can carry the storyline. But when it's like real shit like this, and it's like really stuff that fans get invested in, there's a history behind it. Oh, it's so good. So like I know like this storyline between Punk and Seth has been going on for a pretty long time now. You talk about long-term storytelling with Triple H. I like it. I do. I really like the storyline. I like that the fact that it really has become, no matter wherever, at every turn that, you know, Punk is at, Seth is going to be there, and at a turn Seth's going to be there, or Seth makes a turn, Punk is going to be there. I think it's such a good long-term feud that, you know, honestly, I don't know if like, does it pay off at Mania next year? Could they extend it even further? Could it happen at Mania, but then come back to it down the line? You know, you don't really want to do a payoff match just yet, because if there's still so much story to tell, why not extend it, right? So again, I thought it was such a good moment, one of the best cash-ins for Seth. Of course, like, just he's so good at cash-ins, and from the one against Roman and Brock to now this one, Architect, or the heist of the century again. So I thought it was so cool, pretty well done, and glad to know Kayfabe is still alive and well.